Good morning, Karen from Quantum Heart Awakening. This will be a daily collective check-in for Friday. Okay, let's see where we go. What does the collective need to know for the highest and best good of self and the planet? Let's see. Okay, we have motion, time, and moderation. Okay, let's get some more. Okay. We have psychic abilities, protection in reverse, courage, and love. Let's see in the unconscious. Okay, let me just feel this for a second. Okay, first message I'm receiving is that we have to dare to protect what we love. There's something here about needing to have courage in the face of our deepest desires. For some of you, this is like coming out of the closet with something that you love, or maybe it's someone that you love. It could be coming out of the closet with your psychic abilities. You know, it's really funny. I was just thinking about this right before I did this reading. It makes total sense it's coming out right now, but we've been tracking this as a collective, right? We have been tracking the gifts that are coming online for the collective, right? The paradigm is shifting. We are bringing the realm of spirit down into our physical vessels, into the realm of matter, and we are normalizing kind of the unseen, right? We are normalizing sharing what's behind the veil and maybe what you have kept behind your veil. There's something here about bringing something we've pushed into the shadows into the light, but more specifically around some sort of gift or ability that you have. In the unconscious, we have inspiration and we have unity. Okay. Yeah, okay. There's also a message here of once you can identify that which you desire, that which you love, that which your soul is yearning for, allow yourself to take action in moderation, right? We're trying not to flood the system, but we want to take action in alignment, in congruent with our mind, body, soul. So allow for whatever time that makes you feel, for lack of a better word, safe. You know, don't flood your system. Take aligned steps that keep you balanced. Something I say a lot is that we move at the speed of love, which is any pace in which we can bring truth and love with us at the same time. So if we move too fast and we leave one of those things behind, we're not moving in wholeness, right? We're leaving a piece of self behind. And if we move too slow, then there's a part of self that we're not bringing along with us. So we're modulating kind of this pace at which these divine gifts come into 3D. That we're modulating how much our vessel can hold and how much our vessel can share with the external world around us. You know, okay, so there's a Carolyn Mace energy coming in right now, and I could hear Mama Mace saying, really the thing that's navigating or controlling the speed is our level of fear and our level of faith. So if we have true faith in our divine purpose, in our divine gifts, if we are truly trusting something greater than self, then the speed at which these things come online is less important, right? Because the fear doesn't matter if we are in alignment, if we have this faith, if that we can access that unity consciousness, that truth. Basically, who's driving the ship? Is it fear, or is it this aligned kind of faith? Is it this trust and surrender in the mystery? Okay. Let's see what else we get here. Yeah, I keep having this phrase over and over again of like, what's coming out of the closet for you, or what do you need to come out of the closet with? For me, it's kind of coming out of the closet as an oracle reader, as an intuitive, as a divine vessel. You know, I am an educator. I am a coach. I am a Reiki master teacher. I am an artist. I'm all these things. And yes, individually, they don't seem that crazy, but to reveal that I'm doing this to maybe a more corporate, in a corporate container, or more, you know, professional sense, it's a little, you know, it's a little vulnerable for me. And yet here I am doing it because this is where I'm going, right? This is the early stages. We can't judge the version of what we're doing when it's in its seed form. We can't judge that, but we have to act like the mighty oak, right? We have to act from that place that we are already know what our destination is, that we have this mission and purpose, right? That's what happens when we lean on source. That's what happens when we allow the quantum field to hold us. We become the mighty oak, and we exude that energy despite where you're actually at on the journey. Okay. We have live in the moment, money, find a way to abundance, know that your children are protected. Lots of root chakra energy coming out here. Trust your intuition and follow your intuition. That's interesting. And where's my deck? I just lost it. Here it is. And then in the unconscious, we have open your heart and expect a miracle. Okay, so where do I go first? Just want to make sure I could read all these. Okay. So you hear me talk about intuition and discernment almost in every single reading. In order to follow your intuition, in order to trust your intuition, we have to trust in our ability to discern boundaries, to discern what is in alignment and what is not. We have to feel confident, right? We have to have a critical mass of third chakra energy, that our solar plexus is on point, so that we can have enough confidence, to have enough self-love, to have enough self-worth, to take up enough space to go at our own pace. You've heard me say that a million times. In doing that, we love ourselves enough to be able to live in the moment. When you can live in the moment, you are living in a relationship with the world around you that is rooted in trust and faith and surrender. This confidence will allow you to value your intuition. It'll allow you to value that you are someone who is worthy and intelligent and brilliant enough to honor the divine wisdom that you're picking up on, and to be able to identify it as valuable, as valid. This message here feels outside of the rest of the messages. We have money, find a way to abundance, and your children. Know that your children are protected. Anytime children come up in a reading, yes, the first obvious layer is actual children in this 3D world. Second layer is always internal children, inner child, or your internal parts, which I also kind of like to reference as children, mainly because our work is in parenting those internal family parts. Okay, so there's a lot of root chakra stuff here. I need more information. Let's see. Okay, let me get some mermaid cards. Hold on. Can you speak to the root chakra stuff? The money, the inner child stuff, safety, foundations, Interesting. I have a flipped card. Hold on. Okay, that's love. And we have ask for help. Interesting. Okay. I'm just getting more. Hold on. Discernment. I love how discernment always finds a way to make itself known. Okay, flying out. Okay, what do we got? What do we have? Remember, we're talking about root chakra, money and safety, awareness, innocence, contentment, discernment, love. It was in the reverse. I guess we'll leave it in the reverse. And then asking for help sideways. Okay. I'm going to just rattle off some internal questions for you. Where in your life was your innocence taken away from you because of some sort of financial stability or some sort of financial stability, any flavor of stability? That could be loss of a home, parents losing jobs when we were younger, any sort of whoa, very specific message coming through around divorce. Yeah, that would make sense with the love in reverse card. Okay. There's like 3 separate narratives. Let's ground some of this work. And I don't want to forget that this expect a miracle was in the unconscious. So that feels important for later. I don't know where to start first. Where do you want me to start? Okay, let's lean back on that divorce narrative. So, okay, whoa, okay. Oh, God, I wish you were in my head. I wish you were here. And you are, and I get to translate it for you. So there's something, some of you have an association between, it's not just an association, it's bigger than that. It's a trigger or trauma around relationships, love not working out, divorce, people splitting up, and it affecting the foundation. Yes, absolutely material wealth, abundance, money, and actual tangible things, but also your feelings of safety in this world, your sense of security. Maybe you lost a home or had to move abruptly. Maybe your level of happiness and contentment was rattled. And because of that, it kind of stole your innocence. You weren't fully able to be held in a moment because you had to hold yourself. There's an awareness coming online around reclaiming innocence. You know what? Let's go right and get an immediate inner child card. Hold on. Speak into this loss of innocence, please. What do you need to know? That's a lot of cards. That's too many. Hold on. Also getting a message here around some of you that either needed to ask for help and didn't or couldn't, or those of you who asked for help and were not met with support. So let's honor those feelings of abandonment if you needed support and that support never came, either from a parent, either from your own partners. Okay, we have be still, cultivate a space of stillness and silence to just be. You know, there's something here again about not having that safety, not having that space to just call your own where you felt safe. So rattling the cage of stability. Find your haven. There's a place of wonder waiting for you. Again, another safe place. You are enough. You are enough. You do not have to give more. Okay, as a child. God, there's such specific messages here. As a child, were you called to grow up pretty quickly? Were you called to provide for the family in some way, even though you yourself needed providing for? You know, were you called to step up and take care of others, even though you yourself were a child and needed that assistance? Sorry, I'm trying to find that other. Okay. Oof, intense reading. more specifically, let's get back down to basics. Yes, all of these inner child narratives are for some of you, but the overall thing I'm seeing here is somewhere along the way, this collective picked up a narrative and made the association between love not working out and financial instability. So there's a reclamation here. There's a reclamation and you rediscovering your intuition and being able to access that wise discernment around who you ask for help from. Right? There's something around, am I just shouting out into the void here? Or am I using my discernment to ask for help from people that, one, are capable of helping me, and two, that feel safe to ask for? It's not just about actually receiving the help. It's about being able to discern that you will be met in that safety, that you will be met with safety in this ask. This is a complex reading because it's in the energy, it's pinballing from inner child, like childhood stuff, to adult boundary stuff. It keeps going back and forth. So let's get a little bit more depth to round this out. Where do we want to go? Let's see. Okay. Anything else you want to share about this? Okay, we have drop your shields. We just had this in another reading. And be brave and honest. Yeah, there's a vulnerability piece here. It's so interesting that we're here and we started out with these gifts coming online. I'm just bringing that back to see shed old skin. Separate message for someone. Whatever crumbled here, whatever version of this narrative is for you, whatever flavor of chaos you experienced as either a child or an adult, you are being called to shed the old skin of the parts of you that could not choose otherwise, that was in the center of chaos and could not hold your center for love. Forgive those parts of self that could not hold their center in that chaos. You're being called to shed that version of self and allow your gifts to come online. Wow, it's really fascinating how these stories are feeding into one another. It's almost coming in through the back door of the other story, Anything else? Okay, we have intend and create. Again, another wielding sovereignty, wielding your intention in the name of creating something that is in alignment with the soul. You are not alone. Learn from spiritual experiences. Anything else? Oh, okay then. We have, again, trust your instincts. We have 3 cards of intuition. Hermit, retreat and recharge. Take note of intuitive messages. Another intuition card. Follow your voice of your soul. I mean, come on. This is like a direct message. And in the unconscious, we have take time to reflect. Okay. All right. This is making more sense now. There is a call back to innocence. There is a call back to this pristine preciousness. You've heard me use that phrase before, but it's that sweetness that is in the soul that cannot be damaged. It's that place where God loves us. It's that untouchable fragment of the divine that cannot be scarred, that cannot be damaged. You're being asked to find your way back to that place. The visual I'm getting is this sparkling gem, and actually I'm seeing it as the pineal gland, this multi-sided, shiny, It's not coming out as a color. Actually, the color keeps changing from blue to purple or violet. And now it's white, and now it's clear. And now it's just clear and sparkling. Wow, interesting imagery. There's something about this untouchable piece that no matter what you've experienced, no matter how much trauma your physical vessel has experienced in this lifetime, there is this piece of you that you can always return to. What's interesting, I just got the message because I'm staring at this snake, the serpent snake card of shedding your old skin. What's interesting, the message is, yes, shed your old skin from this lifetime, right? Who you were from the beginning of this lifetime. But it's also stepping into this divine witness role and unblending from this vessel at all. So it's like shedding your skin that this vessel is already old, right? This is a light, like a random lifetime in your series of multiple lifetimes, if you believe in that. You know, there's something here about not just shedding the old version of you from this lifetime, but shedding the old version of the human, of humans. It's a nod back to your quantum heritage, your quantum existence, your place in the field, in the grid of unconditional love and infinite oneness, right? This cosmic threads. I'm trying to find all the ways I want to say it, right? These, just the cosmic sparkle that you are. Okay, let's see what else. Spirit, okay. Spirit, say more about moderation and time. We have feeling safe. Yeah, I mean, okay, now the messages are starting to repeat. So, again, this is wielding discernment. Oh, I just realized I put it on discernment. Look at that. Everything in moderation, right? Even if it's wonderful, great things, you are being called to step into this micro discernment. We also have brazen and intuition. Okay, fourth card of intuition. Anything else, Spirit? Yes. Okay. We have manifestation. I just had a message and now I'm losing it. Hold on. Oh, here's the message. When you are boundaried, when you can identify and discern what is meant for you and what is not meant for you, rooted in your intuition, you have access to a new boldness because your soul can trust your vessel. That's not a small thing. I'm going to linger in this a little bit. Let's take some time. Let this take up space because it's important. When you are in command of your body, mind, soul, and your desires, fears, and boundaries, you have access to a more bold, robust nature. You are able to be bolder in your actions because you trust self. And when you trust self, there's less resistance in life, right? Because if you don't have control over your yes, no, maybes, over your boundaries, then you're kind of always walking through life, walking on eggshells like, oh no, if you can't trust self, you're walking on eggshells like, oh no, what's going to happen next? Because you can't trust yourself. This work of becoming self-sourced, sovereign, independent, empowered, quite literally empowered, full of power, is what allows you to drop the resistance and allows you to feel safe. When you follow your intuition, safety arrives. That's not an accident. And when you are in that place of feeling safe, that is when you come into alignment with the quantum field. That is when things start to unfold for you, right? Manifestation becomes less about calling in a specific thing and more about being a certain way, living in the world, existing in the world in a certain way. Again, you've heard me say this, dropping cards. You've heard me say this Marcel Proust quote My destination is no longer a place, rather a new way of seeing and feeling. So again, the destination and your manifestations aren't just a bunch of things that you want or you want to accomplish. The destination is actually a new version of how you show up in the world, of how you exist, of how comfortable you feel in your skin, of how comfortable you feel in your voice, in your ability to communicate from a self-sourced, completely inherently worthy place. What did I say earlier about, did I say quantum lineage? Did I say that? I said something like that, and I'm cracking up because what fell on the floor was this divine lineage card. In the unconscious, we have secrets revealed. Here's the other thing. When you become trustworthy to yourself, when the soul starts to trust the vessel, this unlocks divine wisdom. This unlocks gnosis. When you become trustworthy, you are given secrets of the universe. You are given, how do I say it? I'm actually envisioning a panel. It's a very specific picture, like the Last Supper, but instead of those dudes, picture like a panel of judges almost. And you yourself are a judge, and a judge is noble. A judge is trustworthy. A judge is called to bring balance and justice into situations. So it's like when you become a trustworthy vessel, you then will be entrusted with a profound caseload, right? You become the sovereign over making these decisions. You are the sovereign of discernment. And that will bring you liberation. I mean, perfect. Anything else? Anything else? This is a delicious reading. Where do we go? We have creativity. Yeah, okay. Another version of flowing with the universe and being part of the quantum field and living from that place is that when you trust self and the universe, and you trust yourself to accurately become this transpersonal bridge, which actually you're not becoming it, you already are it. It's just your awareness is coming online that you are this transpersonal in between. You are the bridge in which 5D spirit information, wisdom comes into 3D. You get to access your creativity. You get to create from this soul fire, from this soul flame. Gosh, this again, I know I said it, but this really is delicious. And then we have shame. Okay. Say more about that, spirit. Apparently it had a lot to say. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, this is shame. Boom. Worthiness, soul forgiveness, seasons, and we have giving and receiving. Okay, isn't it interesting that those all came out together? And then in the unconscious for this narrative, we have harvest. Okay. There's like 5 separate stories. Spirit, can you be more clear, please? I mean, small message here around what is blocking you from giving and receiving with the universe. Shame, unworthiness, punishing your soul for taking certain actions. I'm getting a message here around like seasons of your life. For those of you that are old enough to have seasons of this lifetime, and it could be past lives too if you're younger, and but maybe you've been through a bunch of crap, even though you're physically younger. But there's a message here around there may be whole seasons of your life or whole entire past lives that somewhere along the way your soul picked up this deep, profound shame. You may have even come into this lifetime with this like deep, deep-seated unworthiness. You're being called to step into your throne energy, to step onto your throne. Allow the throne to hold you, almost like a mother or grandmother would hold a baby, and allow that throne to rock you back into your nobility, to rock you back into worthiness. You will stay on that throne and allow that throne energy to rock you until you forgive all the pieces of self. In doing this ritual, and apparently it's a ritual that just came out of my mouth, in doing this ritual, you heal these blocks so that you heal the blocks that are in the way of the universe. Do you hear me struggling with these words? I'm getting more visuals. That's why I'm struggling with the words. I see a dodecahedron and like a grid. So for me, that's my oneness symbol. And so when you are in unworthiness, you are quite literally blocking the quantum field. The quantum field wants to answer you. The quantum field wants to gift you with all these beautiful, amazing things. But there's something blocking you receiving it, right? If you don't feel worthy to receive, you are blocking yourself from receiving. Okay, now I was wondering when it was going to come up. Now we have this angel of miracles. Open your heart and expect a miracle. Remember, this was in the unconscious. This was in the shadow position. So again, where are you blocked? Where are you not trusting in something beyond self? Maybe that means you have to reconnect with spiritual practices. Maybe you have to sit at your altar. Maybe you have to go for a walk in nature. Whatever your flavor of divinity is. Maybe it's painting a picture. Maybe it's creativity or creative pursuits that help you get out of your kind of mind body and into this higher sourced connection. Doing this process, bringing this faith out of the shadows into the light will 100% reconnect you with your intuition. Interesting. I just looked down and I saw that joy was in the unconscious. It's time to bring the joy out of the shadows. You deserve it. I'm just going to say it. Me saying you deserve it is so, it makes me cringe a little bit because no one doesn't deserve it. You know what I mean? We're all inherently worthy no matter how fallible we are. That's the grand gift of humanity. We all came down here in Earth School to try a bunch of crap and figure out what works, what doesn't. We're meant to learn stuff. But in that learning, we fall many times. You've heard me say this a million times. We fall down and get back up. We fall down and get back up. We fall down and get back up. All right, I'm just going to end on one twin flame card. Okay, we have Karmic Purge Mirror Reflections. Yeah, you know, we're bringing what we've pushed into the shadows into the light, and sometimes what we've pushed into the shadow are the universe reflecting, or the world, or people, places, and things reflecting back to us things we don't want to see about ourselves. So we're bringing these things into the light so that we can confront them.